Hey, all my Cancer friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Teri Hunter. I'm an intuitive astrologer, and I'm here today with sort of an overview of the 2023 planetary activity and influences that are going to be affecting you during the year 2023. So what I'm going to do here today is I'm going to talk about Saturn entering Pisces, Pluto entering Aquarius for a few months, Jupiter's entry into Taurus, and then the changing of the nodes to the Aries Libra axis. I'm going to talk directly about what houses this is going to be for you and how this may affect you as the year unfolds and the subsequent years coming up. So this is based on whole sign, Western astrology, Cancer rising, moon, sun, and stelliums. A stellium is three or more planets in a personal or three or more personal planets in one sign or house. To me, this is a very strong indication of a soul's intention for an experience and an opportunity during this life. And if you do not know your rising sign or your moon, you can go to any one of the free birth calculators on the internet. You just need your time of birth and location. So let's jump in. So the first transit of note is Saturn entering Pisces. This is going to happen on March 8th, 2023, and will continue on through May 24th, 2025. Cancer, Pisces is your ninth house. I think this is a very spiritual house by nature. It's ruled by Sagittarius. Sagittarius is one of the concepts and dynamics of Sagittarius is the questions: who am I? Why am I here? How do I bring value? What is all of this about? Now we kind of layer the Piscean energy over that. Pisces is very creative and imaginative and intuitive, and it is it's a very spiritual sign in that it is the last sign before the human goes back into the collective consciousness. The 12th house rules our ancestors and karma and a soul's history, really. It also, on a mundane level, rules escapism. It rules addiction, it rules imprisonment, hospitals, research labs, ashrams and retreats. So here, for my Cancers, having this be your ninth house, I want to offer it this way. Saturn by nature applies rules, regulations, authority, limitations, restrictions, the rules of government, the rules of traditional historic structures that man has created to support their own agenda. And now what I think is happening with Pisces, or Saturn entering Pisces, is it's offering Cancer an opportunity to really reflect and review if those structures are serving you the way you want, the way your soul would like to evolve, or if inadvertently you've been following structures as a pattern, as what you were taught, as the history of your life story. There are certain places in the world that when they wake up, they eat vegetables in the morning, steamed vegetables. Here in my country, a lot of people eat eggs and bacon, and it may seem odd to eat vegetables because it is a trained historic dynamic. This is where I'm going with this. Cancer rules home and hearth and nurturing and intuition. And now we have Saturn entering Pisces, the house of intuition. And it's giving you an opportunity to review the structures of your life and if they are indeed serving the bigger picture of what you want to experience within this life. Pisces rules imagination. It rules creativity, it rules poetry and dance and music and photography and filmography. And I feel as if this is an opportunity for Cancer to use that imagination to go where you've never gone before, ninth house, to review foreign spiritual experiences and have Saturn give you an opportunity to master them through a willingness to be tenacious and devoted to that endeavor. I believe that Saturn's here to move the fog out. Neptune rules fog, it rules mist, it rules confusion. It also rules refinement, and it purifies and it cleanses. So here, I think what we're going to see is an opportunity to cleanse some of the beliefs that don't serve you, or some of the dynamics that may have held you back. And I don't think this is about judging those things, or necessarily doing sort of a 180 with them, as much as it feels as if there's a garnishing of wisdom and a garnishing of a divine disruption that's attached to our empowerment and our growth and our evolution. So I think this is really powerful for you on a physical level, okay, meaning the physical body, because Pisces naturally rules hospitals. It rules mental hospitals, institutions, research laboratories, things such as that. And Saturn rules huge structures, and like, Kaiser would be a structure that would be Saturn and Piscean together. So here, I think what we're going to see too is an opportunity for Cancer to really pay attention to what Pisces rules within the body. You're both water signs, so you're going to be very fluid naturally. Pisces rules the fluid systems, the blood, the mucus, the lymphatic system, and the immune system. So I think there's going to be an opportunity for you to potentially implement traditional holistic ways of addressing your physical body to support your spiritual beliefs and journey to enlightenment. Being aware of the things that you habits you may have in the way of you're treating your body that actually bring a more dense energy. It's well known through many schools of thought that when you eat live foods, you're bringing life into your body. And when you eat dead foods, you're not contributing to your health. So I think this is where you may start to want to implement things that support your body in a way so that whatever outside authority wants to have influence over your body, you might be like, I don't think so. I got this. So that's what I think is going on there. The other thing that I think on a kind of outside of ourselves, which I think is fun and kind of interesting, is I think we're going to, well, there's a couple of things. First, I want to say Saturn's challenging dynamic of being a bit restrictive. Lucky's upset about something. Lucky, you're good. So Cancer, one of the things is Saturn restricts, Saturn implements regulations and rules and things that are required of us. So what we may find out here is we'll see some of our more traditional systems related to education, our food, medical, and financial institutions. There may bring information to the forefront that starts to really compel and inspire people to revisit old ways of addressing how we take care of ourselves, both physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, etc. So I think that that's coming into play. And then something I think is kind of fun in the outside world is I get this feeling that Saturn builds and Pisces rules the oceans. So I have this feeling that we're going to start to see the oceans explored more. I think we're going to discover underneath the oceans old structures, maybe pirate ships or things such as that illuminate our history more and where we've come as mankind. It could very well unearth ancient civilizations and even extraterrestrial life or evidence of it down underneath the oceans. And I think that there's the potential, I don't know why I had this in a meditation, that we will create research structures in the ocean to facilitate these explorations. So it'd be like almost a colonization of some of the areas of the ocean, because they'd be in some respects isolated from land because they're so far out, so that we can get underneath and see what we've never seen before. It's been said, as I reiterate my History Channel viewing, that we know more about Mars than we do about the oceans of our own planet. So ultimately, for Cancer and for all of us, I think that Saturn's journey through Pisces is going to give us an opportunity to master our spirituality, to master our creativity and our awareness of the difference between what it feels like to be connected to spirit and what it feels like to be disconnected. Because when we're disconnected, I believe we want to escape this human experience because it's very dense and very challenging. And so I think there's a real opportunity here for Cancer in many ways to let Saturn sort of double down on you being able to really anchor your intuition, your inner knowing, that gut instinct in a way that becomes the true north and the true rudder for your manifestation and sort of that beckoning you forward. We have Pluto moving into Aquarius in your 8th house. This to me is super powerful because your 8th house, being Aquarius, is going to liberate you from anything that's been overpowering you, controlling you, fears, things that you couldn't see beneath the surface. I kind of think of Cancer as being so sensitive sometimes that it doesn't want to see the darkness. And here, I think this is where Pluto, taking just a toe tip into Aquarius at that 0 degree, gives you a sense of bravery about this idea. I think Aquarius is brave because Aquarius is a rebel. It's going against the grain. It's going to break ground and do new things. And I think this is where Cancer is going to liberate themselves from anything that's been overpowering them, dominating them, making them feel as if they were required to sit in a subservient position. We will see in the outside world, we will see absolutely influences that bring out hidden information about power and control over large systems of people. Humanitarian issues will come to light, civil rights issues, the misuse of information or the lack of complete disclosure of information will come through. I think that's going to, again, affect some of those traditional systems I talked about with Saturn, traditional ways we've come to address our bodies, address our educational system, address our financial bodies. There's going to be a lot of Uranian influence because of it being Aquarius, and because it is this 0 degree of pure positive Aquarian Uranian energy, which is going to bust and burst and explode and throw lightning bolts at those repressive and restrictive and disempowering structures that have eroded us at a deep, deep psychological level. 8th house is psychology, our personal psychology. Jupiter is going to move into your 11th house of Taurus, Cancer. This is a beautiful energy. Jupiter expands wherever it goes. It brings good luck. It brings bounty. It brings abundance. It brings faith and a feeling of inspiration and passion. So I think when this happens in May, in your 11th house, you're going to feel an expansion of your dreams, of your hopes, of your networks of friends. That connectedness that I've been missing for Cancer feels as if it's going to start to reveal itself. You're going to start to see people that vibrate at your frequency, people who think like you start to show up. You may find yourself expanding your presence on the internet or finding more groups to interact with on the internet so that you can have conversations. I think it'll be a really fun time. It will also bring a sense of, I think, more financial abundance. The 11th house is a house of money, and it rules your hopes and your dreams and your money, but it's a delayed energy. So as we mature and we become aware, which I think Saturn's journey through Pisces will offer us, that anchoring and that building of our spiritual skeleton. Saturn rules our skeleton, will become very, very powerful. Now you will have the nodes, the North Node moving into Aries, your 10th house, and the South Node moving into your 4th house of Libra, from July 2023 until early 2025. I think this is going to really give you between the first few, I feel I did these in this order because it feels as if it's starting to unfold a story. And I want to encourage you, Cancer, because I did a full moon in Cancer video, and we have 7 full moons at the Cancerian degree, starting in October 2022, going all the way through till April 2023. It's another layer of information that is letting us liberate ourselves from old structures and feel more empowered over our lives. So the 10th house rules your public image. If you've wanted to change your status, either get married or have a baby, it's highly possible. That's what 10th house also rules. People see you in a status change. It's not just career. And I do think because the 10th house is Aries, this is a sense of individuality that you're bringing forth, a sense of pioneering spirit to move yourself out in a way that you're used to being in the 4th house, where it's normally all, you're used to being not really seen. The 4th house is the very bottom. It's the cradle of the zodiac. So here, I think this is an opportunity as you become sort of egoless in your 4th house energies for your North Node to expand. North Node has a Jupiter energy, and your Jupiter is already in your 11th house. So there's a lot to do with you finding yourself more influential over your networks and the people around you. And I want to offer this too, because it may just be the idea that you have held on to your hopes and your dreams. You didn't let them go. You didn't worry about how old you were or how much money you had in the bank or how big your tushy was or your, whatever the story is. And you just held steadfast to your dreams. And then Spirit started to bring all the components into place. And that is what has given you such a strength. I really believe that the South Node is not just about energy that feels challenging and asks us to, sort of experience loss without the pain of it. But I think if we examine what we're being asked to lose, oftentimes it's a false sense of security or a false sense of abundance or something where the platform was not built on true balance. So I think this is super powerful. I think it's going to tee up a really, for those of us that are walking a conscious path, I believe that the years that are coming ahead, we will appear to be magical beings because we have a momentum of awareness that is drawing experiences to us that are very counterintuitive to what everyone else is experiencing. So when we can be aware of our meditations, our conversations with Spirit, and our time in communion with our dreams, our hopes, our imaginations, our creativity, our music, our art, all of that is a connection to source energy that aligns us in a way that makes this planet much more nirvana than it is a nightmare. So that's what I have for you, my dear Cancers. I will be back with the lives this Sunday, January 8th, 11 a.m. Pacific time. It's where we get the angels' advice for traversing the transits ahead, the week ahead. So I hope you'll join me there. Please like, please subscribe, please share these videos. It always helps. And in the meantime, enjoy all of this excitement that's happening in the year 2023. It's really, really for our highest and greatest good. Peace out.